Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to the very next episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is episode number 33, and in this episode, we're going to begin by taking on Battle CD number 30. And it's going to be with our opponent Ekiel, and he's going to have a Meditite and a Medicham, which is an interesting combination because they're both from the same evolutionary line, which is, I guess, sort of interesting. And they like to use Protect. Well, not Protect, Detect, actually. Pretty much the same thing. But, yeah, and we have a turn limit, so we need to be able to take care of business fairly quickly, even despite them using Detect and whatnot to stall out turns. So, how do we do that? Considering the only Pokemon we have available to us are Shedinja and Raticate, which seems like a recipe for a disaster if you ask me. Well, the key's going to lie in Shedinja's move Mimic, which allows Shedinja to copy and then thereafter use the move which it's mimicking. So you're going to use it on Raticate, and Meditite and Medicham are both going to use Detect on the first turn. Use Endeavor and allow Shedinja to copy that move. Endeavor is a move that will bring your opponent, I guess whoever you're attacking, down to 1 HP, given that you have 1 HP yourself. I explained that kind of awkwardly, I apologize. Basically what it does is it brings your opponent down to the same HP that you have, and since Shedinja has 1 HP total, it's an awesome move for him to have. There we go, that explained it much more intelligently than what I said before. Disregard the first explanation of that. Okay, now that Shedinja knows Endeavor, we're going to be able to use that. So, go for the Endeavor with Shedinja on Meditite. That's going to bring him down to 1 HP to match Shedinja's 1 HP. And let's see what we're going to do now. Now we can Endeavor Medicham as well. And we can use Toxic. Oh, it missed. That's not good. Was that supposed to happen? Hopefully I can still beat the turn limit, even though that missed. I think I should be able to, because you also have access to Sandstorm. So, with both Medicham and Meditite down to 1 HP, even with... Yes, this is turn 4, so Sandstorm is going to be fine. Even though they can both protect themselves, it doesn't matter, because Sandstorm is going to knock them out after the turn is over, and it is not affected by moves like Detect and Protect, since it strikes and does damage in between turns anyway. So we're pretty safe there. Raticate goes underground, and it doesn't really matter. Sandstorm is actually also going to knock out Shedinja, which is kind of ironic considering he's the one that's actually using the move. But what's important is that Raticate survives, and everyone else goes down to the Sandstorm. But since Raticate is the last Pokemon standing, we are the winner. Fantastic. And I have to double check, but I don't know if I have any more Battle CDs that I can do right now. We might be moving on to Battle Bingo in this episode. Yay! I like Battle Bingo, it's actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. What do we get? Oh, an Ultra Ball. I've been getting a lot of Ultra Balls. More like 3 or 4, but still. Okay, let's see what we can buy. Nothing, which means we are moving on to Battle Bingo in this episode. Hooray! Hooray, hooray, hooray. So, I guess I should explain how this works. First of all, when you win, you can earn Poke Coupons, which is pretty cool in itself. And you're playing on a bingo board. You do have to pay $500 to pay each time, so that part kind of sucks. Now, there's 10 cards in total. There's Novice, I guess Intermediate or Medium or whatever the medium difficulty is. Then there's Expert, so that's 9 because there's 3 in each category. And then there's 1 extra one. There's actually a second, bonus one that we can't get until later. But you need to get Bingo. I guess you basically need to turn over everything on the board. You have EPs, which are energy points. You use 1 EP to turn over each, I guess, board. So once you run out of EPs, you lose. You also start with 2 Master Balls, and you can catch the Pokemon that you encounter. And when you turn over each board, you do have to fight the battle there. And the first one is a pretty easy card, because it is just a novice card. There's 3 types, water, fire, and grass. As it gets more difficult, they start to trick you, so they have, fire types who don't use fire type moves, and fire types who are also, flying types, and we're also rock types, and all that other stuff, so it becomes really difficult, and difficult to, I guess, understand or predict, stuff like that, and you'll kind of get it as we go along if you're not really sure what I'm talking about. Anywho, the question mark panels have an option of 3 different things. Either plus 1 EP bonus, plus 2 EP bonus, or an extra Master Ball. And the idea is to make it through the entire board with as many Master Balls and EPs left as you possibly can. And of course, once you can... Not once. Stop saying once. That's not a word to be used in this sentence. You can start on the board anywhere you want, but after you do that, you can only move to adjacent panels, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And excuse me for kind of pausing there randomly, but I'm still not feeling the best. And yeah, it's been a while. Been sick for a couple of days, but it's like I feel like something's in my throat all the time. Something evil that wants to kill me. But little does it know, I've been plotting to kill it. So if it ever shows its ugly head, I'm going to kill it. Trico goes down to the flamethrower there. And yeah, as far as this first bingo board goes, this first card, I guess whatever you call it, the Dragonair card, it's pretty straightforward. They don't have anything to trick you. So grass is grass, and it uses grass type moves, and water is water, and Dragonair has the advantage over all of them. So if you run into any trouble, just pull out Dragonair, as long as it has EPs left, and you pretty much aren't going to lose the battle, because it's resistant to grass, fire, and water. So this card is basically just to show you how to play the bingo and, figure out basically how it works and some basic strategies. Because it can get very difficult, especially towards the end. The extra ones, some of them are just ridiculous. Actually, in my opinion, though, the Pikachu card, which is coming up, I think, it's not even an expert one. I think it's card number 5, so it's an intermediate. I think that's the hardest out of all of them, simply because part of it just relies on just pure luck. So we all know how that goes for me. That's right, it doesn't go at all. And it makes me sad. Okay, so we got the Master Ball there. Let's see what we want to do now. Options. What do we have? We only have Roselia, so we'll use Roselia's 1 EP there to flip over that panel and get 2 extra EP. One thing I didn't mention was that once you do get bingo, I guess each bingo that you do get across the whole board, you get an extra EP. So you need to use that to your advantage so that when you complete lines, you don't run out of EP. So plan your attacks accordingly. Remoraid is a water type, obviously, so of course we sent out Roselia, who should be able to KO it with Giga Drain in 1 hit. The grass types kind of got the short end of the stick because the water types in this use Surf, and the fire types use Flamethrower. Dragonair has Outrage, all with like 90 power or above. Those Surf and Flamethrower have, 95? And Giga Drain only has 60, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't matter. It's all about the type advantages. So as long as you have the type advantage, barring a critical hit, of course, you're going to win. So let's see, we'll use Giga Drain since it's the only move that we have on Mudkip. I almost said Marshtomp. Wanted to say Marshtomp. And I never really liked the Mudkip evolution line. I don't know why. I thought Hoenn had pretty good starting Pokemon, but I don't know. I never really liked Mudkip. Just strange, because I normally don't like the grass types so much. But in the Generation 2 and 3, I thought the water types were the worst. Yeah. Not a Feraligatr fan, not a Swampert fan. So shoot me already. Flip over this fire panel. And we've got Charmander, so you're seeing a similar pattern here. It's basically just starter Pokemon from Johto, Kanto, and Hoenn, considering that those are the only regions around at this game's time period. So, yeah, it's nothing really that difficult. I think I've said that so many times, I'm running out of things to say in this this part of Battle Bingo. The other ones are going to be really interesting, especially there's one, I think it's the extra one, I want to say, that's with Houndoom, and of course your starting Pokemon is Houndoom, that's what I meant to say, and it's an all Psychic card, but like there's Psychic types with so many other various types. You know, there's Metagross has Steel, and Xatu has Flying, and that's pretty much all I want to say. No, Executor has Grass. There's all kinds of strange mixes and stuff, and they all have different moves, some of which are super effective on Houndoom and makes it really, really an interesting battle, and an interesting strategy card, to the point where I had to do it a couple of times to like memorize where certain Pokemon were that would be trouble, so that I could work around it. But I finally figured it out, so I'm going to be excuse me, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it. And it'll be so much fun that you won't even be able to control yourself. The fun will just take over your body. Yes. So, after Battle Bingo is over, which is going to be a couple of episodes, honestly, because there's so many cards. It's probably going to be like 7 short episodes, 8 short episodes, something like that. Because I don't know if I want to squeeze more than one Battle Bingo card into an episode, because it just seemed kind of rushed, and I don't know, the episodes will be kind of long that way, so I don't know if I want to do that. But after Battle Bingo, we can move on to going back to Fennec City, where we got kicked out of when we came here. Remember that? So long ago. Yeah, we can go back there, and we'll be pretty much halfway through the game at that point. Not halfway with Shadow Pokemon quite yet, because most of them are lumped in at the end. Trainers start having more than one Shadow Pokemon after a certain point. So that really starts to inflate the numbers. But as far as how far we are through the game and through the storyline, we're just about halfway through. So that part's pretty cool, because I don't know, it's nice to be making some progress, because we are at episode 33, and yeah, there is a lot to do in this game though. There's so many side things and little side missions like this. They kind of take a long time and get you sidetracked from the storyline, especially considering we spend like 10 episodes at a time not focused on the storyline. I could probably do the storyline in this game in less than 50 episodes and complete it, but that's okay. We're doing it the cool way, the completionist way. We're getting everything we can, because that's how we roll. Alright, so we got Bingo. Let's see. I'll give that EP to Dragonair. It's better to be safe, right? Well, we only have these 4 squares left, and we know one of them has to be the +1 EP bonus. So we'll do the water square first. And it's Squirtle! Yay, Squirtle! And we'll just throw a Master Ball, considering we're running low on EPs. And Squirtle is now a member of our team for the next 3 squares. We'll use, let's see. We'll use Squirtle to go against the fire square, because that makes the most sense. Don't want to kill myself by going against the grass square. I was going to do that and just use the Master Ball, but then I realized, oh crap, I don't have any more Master Balls left because I already caught too many Pokemon. Oh, Squirtle, you're so cute. How did you get burned from Flamethrower? It only has a 10% chance of burning. That is some serious donkey dung. Bye-bye, Cyndaquil. I love yous. I like how they run away. It's a battle simulation. They can't run away. We're not in the wild. We're in some random room. Okay, we'll give it to Torchic so he can torch the grass type. Haha. I so punny. Bulbasaur, I should have been able to predict by process of elimination which Pokemon this was going to be, because this was the last of the starter Pokemon that we haven't seen so far. So I don't know why. I didn't know it was Bulbasaur, and I was all like, who is it? Probably because I'm retarded. You guys already knew that. You know how retarded I am. Bulbasaur actually goes down in one hit. I was questioning whether or not Flamethrower would even kill it in one hit. There's a lot of battles throughout Battle Bingo where you have the type advantage and it just doesn't kill them in one hit. And it's so aggravating. It's like, but I won. I have the type advantage. That's not okay for you to live and survive. Surviving is only okay when I do it. Anywho, we've completed the battle card. Or the Dragonair card, I guess. You have 10 complete bingo lines. Blah, blah, blah. They calculate it. 250 Poke Coupons. Yay! And 2 Ethers for completing the Dragonair card for the very first time. So we do get, like, Ethers and all that stuff every time. It's, I think, Ethers and then Max. Ethers and then Elixirs. Based on the level, you know, Intermediate, Expert, Novice, all that stuff. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. In the next episode, we're going to be taking on the next Battle Bingo card. Stay tuned for episode 34. Game on.